solutions, or you just want to help us stay on the air, come on, donate today. Think about it. When we make life better for mom and dad, we make life better for the children. When we make life better for the children, we make life better for the whole family. Everybody wins. And it's 100% tax deductible. No donations ever too small. You can donate right now at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. And remember, it's time for a cool change with the Cool Change Foundation. Hey, welcome everyone. My name is Bradley Quick. I'm here as always to discuss solutions with you. I'm here to talk about having a better life experience and becoming the best you that you can be. Our guest today is Dr. Russell Jaffe, a physician and scientist who aspired to a comprehensive, objective, empiric, and experiential, so much so that in 1972 he started a career searching for deeper understanding, wisdom, evidence, and insight into the mechanisms of health. Do you believe that? Hang on, Dr. Jaffe, you ready for a great show?
I am.
That's fantastic. You sit tight. We'll be right with you, okay? All right, here we go. You ready? Thank you all for joining us on coolchangeradio.com, bradleyquick.com, and on Facebook. As you know, you can catch our live and recorded video shows and interviews on those sites and many other websites. And as always, you can listen to our archived audio interviews, hundreds of them, your favorite topics, favorite experts, and favorite personalities at bradleyquick.com. Later, my buddy Paul Medrano, former Mr. Universe, will be here with us talking about fitness and healthy living in our Getting Fit with Mr. Universe segment. It's all going to happen shortly, so stay right where you are. Now, make a note. If you'd like to chime in with a question for my guest today, just pick up the phone and call us. Right now, dial 818-824-9123. That's 818-824-9123. And keep that number on hand because it's the same number for all the shows here at Cool Change Radio, 818-824-9123. Okay, through his intensive curiosity, he learned skepticism. He sought to debunk the best-known advocates of a variety of health promotion and healing systems. What started out as a journey to disprove holistic forms of care became a rich educational experience that transformed his practice and his life. Joining us now on the Quick Fix here on the Cool Change Radio and TV Network is the founder of PERQUE Integrative Health, a company that offers the world's scientifically proven integrative health solutions that speed the transition from sick care to healthful care. Dr. Russell Jaffe, welcome to the show, sir.
Pleasure to be here.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
So tell me about integrative health and integrative medicine.
Well, integrative medicine is best of both. It means starting with a competent understanding of what we would call conventional or allopathic medicine and adding to it all of the mind, body, all of the techniques that have to do with what you eat and drink, what you think and do. So in addition to basic medical competence, you have postgraduate training if you choose to, because you didn't get this in medical school.
No, 48 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, I had about, out of 4,000 hours in medical school, I had 4 devoted to nutrition, 2 were canceled, 1 was taken by endocrinology, and the other by biochemistry.
So you were really up on it then, huh?
I have compassion for all of my colleagues. When I came out of training, and I believe I was well trained, I was in Boston and then at the National Institutes of Health. At least they allowed me to be there.
Right.
And I have compassion for my colleagues because I did not learn any of this either in medical school or in my postgraduate
what the
training.
pharmaceutical companies do is teach you medical doctors how to prescribe medicine.
Well, there's so much to learn about pharmacology today that it really has crowded everything else out.
Crowded is a kind word for it, I think.
Well,
how about pushed?
No, I don't think it's. I think it's complicated.
Yeah. No politics.
No politics. I want to concentrate on giving people options. I do have interests in what I would call a progressive or sustainable health policy, but I believe we're all in it together. There are wonderful things that pharmaceuticals do properly used.
Sure, absolutely, no question.
And it is still true that medical physicians mostly know about medications and very little about living.
So you went out to debunk the holistic community.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to show you guys that medicine is the best way to go.
Since I didn't learn about it in Boston and I didn't learn about it in Bethesda at the National Institutes of Health, I assumed it had to be hokum bunkum, etc., and snake oil. Right. And I was very actively out there warning people against, as they say, making expensive urine by taking supplements. And I had friends, fortunately, and my friends prevailed upon me to say, since you have no experience with the things you're rejecting, don't you think that's a little intellectually dishonest?
Prior to investigation. Right.
And they wouldn't let go. So I really thank them. And then my nature is to find whoever's the best in the field and do my best to learn from them. So I went out to find out the people who were the leaders in what we would today call holistic medicine. I found them incredibly gracious. They were very willing to share with me as long as I was serious. They didn't care if I was skeptical. That did not concern them. They did care if I was serious about learning. And I am curious. I wanted to learn. I knew that we didn't know everything. I did know that life is mostly about the choices you make of what you eat and drink, think, and do. NIH has proven that 92% of people's health is choice. 8% is your parents or genetics, but 92% is what we today would call epigenetic. That's a fancy word for lifestyle.
Right. Well, the lifestyle is so influenced by the domestication, societal domestication, it's unbelievable.
It's very hard today. If you make a commitment to a healthy lifestyle, it's actually a challenge for a while, because a whole lot of very available things turn out to be not so good for you. Right. High fructose corn syrup is one.
That's terrible.
And other kinds of imbalanced foods.
So let's get this straight. You're not a dummy. You've got a BS, an MD, and a Ph.D. That's a little bit of education, right?
A little bit of education. I had 8 years at Boston University, had only one graduation. Got an AB in the morning, a Ph.D. at noon, and an MD in the afternoon. That was a good day for my parents.
Good day. They were so proud, I bet.
They were.
But what about those student loans, though?
At that time, it wasn't so bad. My entire 8 years of training cost less than 1 year today.
Wow.
I was able to do work study and come out of medical school without loans.
Wow, that's
I don't
crazy.
think you can do it today.
No, that's crazy. That's one of the biggest responses I get from people that with big educations today is they'll never ever pay it off.
It's a big problem.
Yeah, huge problem.
And I believe it's a big social problem, because if people devoted 2 or 3 years of their early career to working with underserved populations in exchange for cancellation of a big fraction of their loans, they would gain experience, the world would be a better place, and they wouldn't have to make their life professional decisions based on paying back the loans.
So tell me about this company. Did I pronounce it right? PERQUE?
We pronounce it PERQUE, but you can call it any way. You can say anything as long as you get to the website.
PERQUE.com.
Right.
So PERQUE.com. I hope Taylor got that.
Mm-hmm.
But tell me about that. And is that just emanated from your study and your surprise of the benefits of holistic medicine, right?
That's exactly right. In the early 80s, I was known as what's called a methodologist. That is methodologist. Wow. That is, every year I was at NIH, we introduced a new method into laboratory medicine and clinical practice, and I'm glad to say that most of them have continued to be widely used. So I was used to making up stuff. And when I left government service, the first thing I did was start a testing lab for personalized assessment of your immune defense and repair system. So I had a blood testing lab that received specimens and analyzed for each individual what foods and chemicals were okay with their immune system and which ones were burdening them and predisposing them to illness. However, even if you identify that, you then need to restore all the deficits that have accumulated while you were being assaulted by those problems.
Right. Now, how do you identify these?
Right. A 1 ounce blood sample, a very small blood sample, is sent overnight to our laboratory. And in the laboratory, we separate it into up to 500 different parts and then expose your living cells to the specific foods, chemicals, medications, or toxins that might be offending your immune system.
Yeah, not that they're good or bad, but you're offending you're not absorbing
your immune
it.
system does not editorialize.
Right.
It knows tolerant, which means okay, and it knows not tolerant, which means attack.
One or the other.
One or the other.
Yeah,
we want tolerance.
Yeah, I have a friend that's been on the show many times, Bill Quaitman from Advanced Biocell. You know Bill?
Sure.
Yeah, and he does the same thing with the hair analysis.
Yes.
21-page report. I mean, this is not a small deal. You're talking 500 separate. This is not a small deal, is it?
Not a small deal. And it's personalized medicine. It's very sophisticated testing. It is what I believe medicine is moving towards, which is not seeing you as a statistic or making you a statistic.
Right,
but
not putting you in a certain box.
Not putting you in a box.
Right.
But we did find that even when we could ask people to substitute for those offending substances, that they still had nutritional and other deficits that prevented them from fully healing.
Right.
So I started the first company.
Healing is bringing the body back up to par.
back up to par, the immune system is both defense and repair.
Right.
Your immune system wants to repair you from daily wear and tear. Your immune system wants to eliminate the cancer cells that form every day. And when we're healthy, we do that because we don't have such a burden of defense work.
When we come back, I want you to tell us more about this very, very subject, okay? Because we're going to go, the music's going to start, and here we go. Here we go. Stay put, everybody. If you got a habit you want to change, how would you do things differently to better your life experience? If you could, we just might have the answers for you, so stay right where you are. I'm here with Dr. Russell Jaffe. He's got a BS, an MD, a Ph.D., and his body of work is Integrative Health Solution Company that represents the last 30 years. He spent literally rethinking health in order to improve the lives of people worldwide. This is the Quick Fix on Cool Change Radio. We're broadcasting live from Freddie Siegel Studios. I'm Bradley Quicken. We'll be right back.
Today, experience the Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
This has never been attempted before by any treatment center, ever. Seasons Malibu is willing to take the risk because they understand quality care and evidence-based long-term recovery. Pay for only 3 months of treatment and stay until you are better, period. I'll say that one more time. Pay for only 3 months of treatment and stay until you are better. Enough is enough. Seasons Malibu wants to count your days of recovery, not the dollars in your pocket. No gimmicks, no guarantees, just straightforward world-class treatment until you are better. Do not hesitate. Call now. Seasons Malibu, 866-780-8539, 866-780-8539. That's Seasons Malibu at www.seasonsmalibu.com or 866-780-8539, 866-780-8539. For a free consultation and details, 866-780-8539. All righty, welcome back. You're listening to The Quick Fix here on Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place for positive change. I'm Bradley Quick, and we're right here right now to help you gain the upper hand in becoming all that you want to be. This segment is brought to you by my buddies at GapZip.com. That's right, GapZip.com. They ask, how do you think? They say how you think is more important than what you think. It's one of the chief reasons why many of you get stuck when you try to take the next step in your career or personal relationships. You can join the guys at GapZip.com live every second and fourth Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Pacific at GapZip.com, GAPZIP.com. They will teach you how to think. So go to GapZip.com, sign up, and learn a new way to think. GAPZIP.com. That's GapZip.com. All right. For those of you just joining us, we're on Cool Change Radio, Facebook, or BradleyQuick.com. Welcome. You can listen to this show again and to hundreds of hours of other self-discovery content anytime you want by simply going to BradleyQuick.com. You can also sign up for our weekly radio show email reminder, where once a week you'll receive the most recent interviews in the comfort of your own home or office. Then you can listen at your convenience and make sure not to miss your favorite authors, experts, or personalities. You can also podcast any of our shows or just listen to us anytime from anywhere at www. That's 3 W's in a dot. BradleyQuick.com. BradleyQuick.com. All right, our guest today is Dr. Russell Jaffe, BS, MD, Ph.D., pretty smart guy. He's unable to find proper nutritional support to systematically treat chronic diseases brought on by immune dysfunction. The doctor went on to invent the most scientifically advanced line of active, standardized, super premium nutraceuticals under the PERQUE brand, right? Under the PERQUE name brand. That's his company. Doctor, welcome back.
Good to be here.
Good to have you. So you were telling us a great finish up your thought.
Well, I realized that it was important to unburden the immune system so it could start the repair process, but it wasn't enough if people had deficits in things they had to take in from the outside that their bodies couldn't make.
Well,
These are the essential
Isn't
nutrients.
it true that, according to the FDA, that supplements only legally have to be 20% to 80% of what they claim?
Well, this has nothing to do with FDA, but you're quite right. Most supplements, tablets, even capsules, at most deliver 20%. Their bioavailability is only 1/5 of what's on the label. That was not good enough for me. I wanted a 100% link between what's in the formula and what gets into the body.
Right.
So I pioneered the concept of chaperoned and transport enhanced nutrition. We protect the nutrients, we enhance their uptake physiologically. There's nothing artificial about it, but it's novel enough that we have a number of patents around it.
Right.
And we have been able to,
Congratulations,
thank you very much, and we have been able to show in the first double-blind placebo-controlled trial of a multivitamin in the last 30 years, 100% bioavailability.
Wow. 100%.
100%.
Not 95%, 100%.
Well, in that study, it was 100%. Everything that was there seemed to get in the body, which is our goal.
That's fantastic. So I understand, and I understand you're an advocate of alkalinity.
Yes.
I
Our
know
body...
a disease cannot grow in an alkaline body.
Basically right. There's a famous comment by a man named Sengeorgi, the guy who isolated vitamin C. Metabolism is acidic by function. Sorry, acidic by design. It's designed to make acid, but it's alkaline by function. So we have to take in minerals and other things that neutralize the cell metabolic acids in order to keep healthy and alkaline.
Right.
And if you are on the acid side of neutral in your blood, you're at death's door.
Yeah, bad.
I had a diabetic ketoacidotic patient who came into the hospital with a blood pH of 6.8, which is just below neutral, and survived. And I was a hero because they survived.
Sure.
So our blood is a measure. Healthy blood is on the alkaline side. You want to keep it that way.
That's what, 7.235?
Well, it's a little different on the arterial side than on the venous side, and we can get into the nuances if you want. But the message is you must take in alkaline-forming foods, minerals, and other whole elements if you're going to stay
But
healthy.
everything that's pushed on us by society, including the bottled water, all except maybe Fiji's neutral and Arrowhead's neutral, but all the other stuff is acidic based, right?
I recommend that if people are going to take a typical water, tap water or other,
Tap water is
they
chemically
add,
induced to be neutral.
It can be, but if that's not, you can't fool the body. I do recommend that unless people are choosing to buy a classic alkaline, healthy mineral water, Gerolsteiner, Apollinaris, San Pellegrino, these are known to be healthy alkaline waters, and the label says more than 1 gram of dissolved solids per liter. That's really good, but it's also expensive.
Right.
If you're not going to do that, I recommend adding minerals back to your water. Now, you can do that if you have Celtic sea salt, the really authentic, truly 100% sea salt.
Right.
Not the stuff labeled kind of sort of sea salt.
Yeah.
Or you can take some of the mineral preparations that we have developed and take those as part of your hydration.
That's part of PERQUE's
line of products.
Right.
Exactly. So we help correct the deficits from diet and environment that, frankly, are increasing. I believe there's more need today than there was 30 and 50 years ago for these essential nutrients.
People go drink a soda, and that takes them 6 gallons of alkaline water to outdo that, does it not?
They don't know what they're doing to themselves. If you take the people who are drinking those kinds of beverages and you show them how lacking they are in good things and how rich they are in bad things, they usually have eyes that get wide, and they say, why didn't someone tell me this before?
Right.
I don't know why someone didn't tell them this before, but I didn't learn it myself until I went out to find it,
Exactly.
and so I want to share it with others.
So it's really amazing. So what about all these machines that are coming up, these alkaline machines?
The machines fool the body. It never works to fool the body. You can chemically split water. You can electrolytically split water.
Ionize it.
And have the alkaline, what are called hydroxyl radicals that make it alkaline, go into the water you collect, and the acid goes off to the drain. The water is alkaline, and you can even on some of the machines dial the pH of alkalinity you want.
Right, right.
But it's not a form of alkalinity that works in the body. And more to the point, to drive it home, if a hydroxyl radical actually reached your cell, it would hurt the cell. And we have what are called dismutases and catalases and peroxidases and a whole bunch of systems in the body to prevent hydroxyl radicals from harming the body. And to add to that story, I have asked for many years for any actual evidence that those machines do truly alkalinize people. And what I get is marketing literature that says many people like the machine and have bought it. And I don't doubt that many people have bought it and like it. I want to see the evidence, and I am confident in what I'm saying.
But you still have not received any evidence.
No, I haven't yet. No, I haven't, and I've really tried to get it. I am confident that if you try to fool the body, however you try to do it, you will end up losing. You want to work with the body. The joke's on you. You want to work with the body. You want to give the body what it can benefit from, minerals, and then there are certain good fats like butyrate-rich ghee, which is clarified butter, that actually has short and medium chain triglycerides. This is a little technical, but
aren't triglycerides bad?
There are good ones and bad ones. I want the good ones, not the bad ones. Remember, there's good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. Right. There's good triglycerides and bad triglycerides. I want the good ones, not the bad ones.
Wow, that's right.
And you can get these from foods. You don't need supplements to make your own clarified butter, better from a healthy cow.
Okay, but you can get these from foods, but is it eating vegan? Is it eating raw?
I do believe that we should eat whole.
Whole.
And if you're going to eat
whole milk.
Organic
eggs.
Eggs from chickens that go and peck around outside.
Right, exactly.
Not that they're in a big warehouse running around in the warehouse. They actually go outside.
Right.
I think that whole foods, chicken eggs from healthy chickens, are a very good food.
Right.
However, the commercial stuff we have available that looks the same is not the same. It's another example of fooling the body. It's not volume, it's value. It's not how much you can get for the dollar. It's the value you get for the dollar that, to me, matters. So I'm willing to spend a little more for an organically sourced egg.
So how about the buffalo or the
bison is fine because they generally are out on a range on Catalina Island typically, and they're eating grass and so forth. It's a very different kind of meat when you get meat that actually is from an animal that went outside and ate fodder, not corn or other things. And I don't have a problem with these organically sourced whole natural foods from meat.
Sure.
Okay. However, I quote Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, please do.
Meat should be a condiment, not a staple of your diet. Now, I'll go past that.
Okay.
You can check if you are healthy and alkaline by, after rest, the next urine that comes out can tell you whether you are too acid or healthily alkaline.
Is that a shade of yellow, or is it clear?
It has nothing to do with the color of the urine, although we should get back to that.
Because that's sugar, isn't it?
No, that's actually vitamins. If you check what's called the pH, or the acidity or alkalinity of the urine, and only the urine after rest is equilibrated with the cells.
Right.
Here the interesting thing is, when the urine sits in the bladder for a while, it equilibrates with the cells there, and so you're actually getting a measure of the cellular alkalinity or extra acid when you check that first urine after 6 hours or more of rest. So typically,
is this with a dipstick?
A dipstick or a piece of color paper that changes color based on the pH.
Right.
If the paper turns yellow, you're acid. If it turns green, you're fine. If it turns blue, you're too alkaline. You want to be in the middle. Turns out health is always a matter of being in the middle, never at the extremes.
You heard that. Health is being in the middle, never at the extremes.
The middle path.
When we come back, I'm going to talk more about this. You're a pretty bright guy.
Thank you.
You probably heard that before, though, haven't you?
My mother said that.
Mothers. Okay, this segment has been brought to you by the guys at GapZip.com. They say thoughts are things. Thoughts lead to actions, which lead to results. So if you're sick and tired of results, take a look at your thinking. Join them every second and fourth Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Pacific. Go sign up at GapZip.com, GAPZIP.com. This is Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to reshape your vision of what's possible. I'm Bradley Quick, and yes, we'll be right back.
There are self-help seminars costing thousands of dollars guaranteeing miraculous transformations. There are compelling speakers and life-changing weekend experiences where you can walk on fire. They all deliver revelations that guarantee you'll come back for the more expensive revelations filled with even greater wonder next month on Fiji. We get addicted to positive, heartfelt, expensive theater. What we really need is a jumpstart, an awakening, someone who can give us a reminder that everything we need lies within. Through inspiration and practical knowledge, Dorothy Donahue helps people get grounded and motivated, inspired and energized. It's not just words and affirmations and the power of intention. It's a mindset brought about by a tangible, transcendental experience, an audio-visual, physical, spiritual experience that helps us realize we transform ourselves. We get tools to become the conscious co-creators of lives of unlimited potential. Find out more. Go to DorothyDonahue.com. You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
I'm Melody Beattie, author of Codependent No More. 7 times more Americans have hepatitis C than AIDS. I'm one of them. If you're one of the millions of Americans with hepatitis C and your doctors are treating you with interferon, then you're clearly aware of how your life has been turned horribly upside down. Backed by huge pharmaceutical monies, the medical community swears there's only one dangerous, disabling way to battle this silent killer. It's not true. There are alternatives, and they work. Triumph Over Hepatitis C is a book written by best-selling author Lloyd Wright, who fully recovered from this frightening disease. Lloyd is helping others to take charge of their lives and fight for their body's freedom from this crippling illness. His program is working for me. Call the people at Hepatitis C Free now at 866-HEP-C-FREE. That's 866-HEP-C-FREE. Don't become another medical statistic. Find out the truth about hepatitis C and get your life back.
Get your copy of Triumph Over Hepatitis C at Barnes & Noble and at hepatitiscfree.com. Call 866-HEP-C-FREE.
Hey, welcome back. You're listening to Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to find your passion and purpose. I'm Bradley Quick. We're right here right now to provide you with alternative solutions to the issues in your life. Hey, I want to share with you a great opportunity. October 11th through the 15th, I'm going to fly into Mexico City. The van's coming to get me, air-conditioned van, going to take me to an elevation of 7,000 feet, over 7,000 feet, to a little town called Teotihuacan, home of the Toltec Pyramids. It's beautiful, man. It's wonderful. You stay at the Dreaming House. It's owned by a friend of mine named Lee McCormick. It's run by Emily Greaves. They take you through it's a 5-day journey through the energies of the pyramid via the Toltec wisdom. These are the Toltec pyramids, and you go through the energies and discover your own aspects of your life by going through the energies of the pyramids. It's not an exploration of when they were built and blah blah history of them. It's a real experience that you've got to take advantage of. I've only done it. This will be my 4th time consecutive. And it was funny thing was Lee was on me 5 years about coming down there. I never had time to do it, and once I did, and I'm hooked. It changed my life. It changed my demeanor. Going through this Toltec wisdom and the 5 journeys, the 5 portals of my life. Go to www.spiritrecovery.com. That's spiritrecovery.com. Click on the journeys link, and then come on down and join us on the pyramids. Now, Lee goes down there 3, 4, 5 times a year. So you can go down any number of times through the year. He also goes to Machu Picchu. He goes to the soul care journeys happen all over the country and the world as well. So go there, have fun, sign up for something. SpiritRecovery.com, www.spiritrecovery.com. Wow, that was tough. His practical contributions to clinical medicine and to healthcare policy focus on functional predictive tests and procedures designed to improve the precision of both diagnosis of the treatment outcomes. He has authored nearly 100 articles on that subject. Joining us once again is Dr. Russell Jaffe, founder of PERQUE Integrative Health, a company that offers the world's scientifically proven integrative health solutions that speed the transition from sick care to healthcare. Doctor, welcome back to the show.
Pleasure to be here.
So can you explain the meaning of physiology first before pharmacology?
Yes, I think we should correct the deficiencies in the things that our body must take in from the outside, get that optimized first, and then see what need for medication remains. A lot of the
I mean, first fix what we're putting in.
First, get the good stuff in and the bad stuff out.
Right.
Because part of this is about getting the good stuff in. Part of it is detoxification,
It's just
getting the
cleaning
bad
your
stuff
system.
out. Clean the system, which means you have to have the essential scrubbing molecules to clean the system.
And what are some of the scrubbing molecules? It depends on the individual, doesn't it?
The amounts you need depend on the individual. It turns out all humans have requirements for the same nutrients, but they need different amounts based on their genetics and their lifestyle and their attitudes and their environment. But we are all human. We are all more human than anything else.
Now, I know that I've eaten in my day with back problems and with this and that, anti-inflammatories, right? And I use ice in the morning and put it on my back and to decrease the inflammation. But you actually say inflammation is really a good thing.
Well, inflammation can be a good thing. Too much inflammation is a bad thing. Inflammation, you can think of like a fire. A little bit of fire in the right place is fine. If the fire gets out of control, that's terrible. Inflammation, however, we have rethought, which is something we try to do in healthcare, is rethink the issues. And when you get behind the common understanding, inflammation is really cumulative repair deficit.
Cumulative repair deficit, meaning?
Meaning that your body wants to repair, but it can't because the immune system is burdened with too much invasion of foreign and reactive stuff that defense has to be done before repair. It's as true in your body as in civil society. But if your immune system is so preoccupied with defense that it never gets back to repair, then you accumulate repair deficits from wear and tear and from the nutritional deficits and so forth. So inflammation is really a lack of repair. So we get in to promote repair and then see what's left, and often we find that the body is able to repair itself. So it's a deficit in vitamin C and what we call polyphenolics. It's a deficit in buffering minerals and other essential nutrients. When you provide what the individual needs, and now we have developed tests to find out if we're hitting the right targets.
Right.
If you give enough of what people need, not too much, not too little, they tend to repair on their own. And then sometimes there's a help that comes from the pharmaceuticals and the medications.
Sure.
But
As
first
buffers.
and foremost, the physiology. Get your body into shape. Get the good stuff in and the bad stuff out. That's what physiology is all about. Most doctors
Do it the other way around.
Well, they don't remember much physiology.
That was a 48-hour class, too?
Well, no. I see. In my day, you actually had 2 years of basic science, and then you started the clinic. Today, the clinical sciences start right away because there is so much to learn that's relevant in the clinic that medical schools more and more are assuming that you'll pick up the basic science on your own. And actually, it ends up that they don't pick up the basic science because they don't have time or interest. And so they learn a lot about the medications that suppress symptoms, which is really what pharmacology is mostly based on, is symptom suppressive care. And they don't learn about the physiology, how to restore the body's ability to rebalance itself.
Wow. So you're saying good health is really more than the absence of disease.
Oh, yes. The midpoint, the absence of symptoms of disease is the midpoint. Now you have the opportunity to go into positive health as an experience. Are you at your optimum health, or are you just absent disease but still dragging around?
Well, I know my mother beat MS through diet.
Yes.
And I've interviewed a lot of people on the show, and some say, give yourself 30 days of eating right, you can fix most anything.
I hope that's true. I'd like to think that's true.
Yeah,
I'm a scientist physician who works in this area, and I do it one person at a time.
Right.
I do think you can make remarkable recovery if you have access to the healthiest foods in the wholest way for you as an individual based on your phenotype, your epigenetics, and so forth. You can make amazing progress. And I'm sure you know, and I do know, of what we would consider miraculous recoveries, miraculous relative to Western medical standards, from following this. I can't guarantee the sun will rise, so I can't guarantee how long it will take for someone to recover. It's actually, I think, complicated. But I can guarantee you will do better.
You'll
the
be
more
much
wholeness,
better off, yeah.
The more wholeness in your life, the more wholeness in food, the more wholeness in activity, the more wholeness in mental process, the healthier you'll be.
This is body, mind, and spirit thing, isn't it?
All together.
Yeah.
Not one. You could be perfect on body, but if you lack activity and spirit, you still won't be healthy.
Right. So this is all about rethinking health then, isn't it?
Well, it is rethinking health because America's health took a turn in the 1950s towards what we called magic bullets. And we thought at that time, and I learned in my medical training in the 60s and 70s, that these were just the sine qua non. These were just the magical things that pharmacology had developed, and they did remarkable advances in that way. But unfortunately, the premise of suppressing the symptom is not sufficient to promote health. And we don't yet have medications that promote health, although I predict a whole generation of health-promoting medications to come.
It's coming, yeah. Absolutely. So, and that's you got three companies right now, right?
Yes.
Those companies are?
PERQUE, that's PERQUE Integrative Health,
Right.
ELISA Act Biotechnologies, and what we call RMJH-RX, because we're actually putting natural products through as drug medications now that it's possible to do that.
Natural products through as drug.
So that they can be prescribed by doctors and taught in medical schools.
Oh, that was out of the box a long time ago, wasn't it?
I never thought it would be possible. When we applied for the patents that we were privileged to achieve and did the science that we were privileged to do, I never thought it would be possible that natural products could actually become medications. But we have several on the market today. One is an omega-3 preparation that's good for you. Niacin is now a medication. B6 turns out to be a medication. So we are pursuing that path, and please wish us luck.
I do wish you luck. Absolute luck. That's huge. That's huge. So, what are some of the research findings that's come out of these companies?
Right. The first finding that we observed was that if you have fibromyalgia muscle pain and you follow the program we've developed, send in an ounce of blood, receive a report that tells you what to eat, what to substitute, what supplements to take, what activities, mental and physical, to do. Those who followed that program did so well that we published the results in a peer-reviewed journal. There's a book called Fibromyalgia, My Journey to Wellness by a woman named Claire Music Kant. And it not only talks about her struggle to find a way out and then her success with our program, but she also talks about this whole group of people that were studied scientifically in what we call a community-based controlled study. And that's what we were privileged to contribute to the world literature. And we today have the most successful outcome study with long-term follow-up showing that after 5 and 10 years, these people are still continuing to thrive and cost the healthcare system very little.
How can, if these products are so beneficial, which they sound like they are, how come we can't buy them at a Whole Foods or a pharmacy or someplace like that?
It's a good question. They are so novel that we have up until now had them available through licensed health professionals so that they could explain to the patient why the vitamin C we have is different than the shelf full of vitamin Cs.
Oh, they don't want to get into that, do they?
Well, it's complicated. You got to get educated, and then you got to have an experience.
And then they got to say, well, this product's so much better than all the other products we provide. Yeah, that's
and every product says we're the best.
Will you do me a favor? At the break here, Mr. Universe is going to come around the corner. Will you help me kick him out of here so we can do another segment?
Up to you.
I love it. His name's Dr. Russell Jaffe. This is an amazing interview. We're just having all kinds of fun here. So we're going to click this camera right here like that. We're going to go like this now. Stay put, everybody. You're in the right place. Cool Change Radio would like to welcome all our new talk shows, including Dates and Mates with Dear Mrs. D, Damona Hoffman, Love, Serve, Free People, and Remember God with Michael Brian Baker. And do look for all our upcoming shows here on Cool Change Radio. We're coming right back with more Dr. Jaffe. We're talking wonderful things. It's all about your health. It's all about your health. I'm Bradley Quick. This is Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement here on your Solutions Radio Network. We'll be right back. Get quality goods for less from Bag City, serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Up to 70% below retail on everything. Coin purses, wallets, organizers, purses, briefcases, backpacks, travel and garment bags, and ladies and men's leather jackets. All discounted, all up to 70% below retail. Bag City, the best for less. Bag City serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Contact Bag City at 818-990-1795. That's Bag City, quality goods for less money. Bag City, where 15% of all sales go to local charities. You can't beat that. You help local charities while getting quality goods at up to 70% below retail. Contact Bag City now at 818-990-1795. Contact Bag City today and get quality goods for less money. That's 818-990-1795. Shop Bag City to save. Shop Bag City for charity. Bag City, 818-990-1795.
You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
Today, experience the Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
Hey, welcome back. Thank you all for joining us on CoolChangeRadio.com, Facebook.com, and BradleyQuick.com. As you know, you can catch our live and video recorded shows on CoolChangeRadio.com and over 700 hours of my best audio interviews, your favorite topics and personalities at BradleyQuick.com. This is Cool Change Radio. As you all know, we're broadcasting live from Freddie Siegel Studios. We're your home for self-improvement and a place for positive life enhancement. I want you to know we're being supported in large part by one of my favorite charities, the Cool Change Foundation. The foundation was created to help families and all the children in those families. They do that by providing positive transformational life enhancement methods and techniques to those children's caretakers, usually moms and dads, so they may overcome negative habits and become better role models and providers for the kids. As a direct result, the children's home and family life becomes more nurturing and loving. It does every time. It's a beautiful thing. You can help the Cool Change Foundation, help the mom, dads, and kids in your community, and you can do that right now. Simply send your donation of love and support directly to the foundation at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Once there, simply click on the Support Us link at the top of the page. You'll be helping us help the children. Again, that's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Click on the Support Us link and help us today. Every penny counts. No donation is ever too small, and the children really need your help. From all of us here at Cool Change Radio, we thank you for your support. Well, we did it. It was tough. We only had 2 minutes to do it. We got rid of Mr. Universe so we could keep the wonderful Dr. Russell Jaffe in here. Joining us once again is the founder of PERQUE Integrative Health, a company that offers the world's scientifically proven integrative health solutions that speed the transition from sick care to healthful caring. Dr. Jaffe, welcome back.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Your camera. It was so good to have you here. So your PERQUE supplements are extremely distinctive, right?
They're a new generation. Most of them are patented. They're a new generation. They have enhanced uptake, and they're chaperoned, which means they're not damaged on the way in.
And they shadow everything else that's out there.
Yes.
So by doing that, the market doesn't want to bring them to the market because it would...
Well, it's a noisy marketplace. Every product says they're the best, and they have the right to do that. Right. But most of them borrow science, and they borrow science in a way that if you knew the details, you would just shake your head like I'm shaking my head right now. Right. We decided to cut no corners. When I first had the concept, I went to others in the industry because I already had an immunology lab, and that was a full-time activity. But I knew that we needed nutrients that were full disclosure, where we knew everything that was in there. Half of most supplements are inert and therefore not described, but that's part of the problem, not part of the solution. So we pioneered the concept of all actives, of full disclosure labels, everything in the product is on the label, and then doing actual science to show that they work.
Wow. You got the double placebo blind study.
Double-blind placebo-controlled trial of our Lifeguard, which is our 40-ingredient multi, not 18, 20, 23, and meaningful amounts of every nutrient so that you can feel better and function better. It turns out if you lack only one thing out of 10, the one thing you lack will control your system.
Wow. Really? Say that one more time.
The thing you lack most controls the whole metabolic machinery. Imagine an assembly line, and the assembly line has 50 different parts of it, but one of them isn't providing the feedstock or what is needed to that assembly line. The whole assembly line will be dependent on the lack of that one part. It's the same thing in the assembly line of your cells. If you lack any one thing, that will control that aspect of metabolism. We don't want you to lack anything.
That's really amazing. So you've refined these holistic supplements, medicines to engage in all aspects of the body.
I've had the pleasure of pioneering a new generation of dietary supplements, but built off of the science of many, many, many other people.
Oh yeah, all those have gone before you.
Many giants, many giants. Am I standing on their shoulders?
Right, right. So in layman terms, what's the difference between an allergy, sensitivity, and hypersensitivity of the body? Because we all have that. Don't eat this, and like we just said in the analysis, the 500 parts of the blood analysis, your body, broccoli may be good, but it may not be good for you because your body may not.
The fact that a food is generally good does not mean that for you it is good. And that's exactly the point. That's why we developed the test. It's why autoimmunity, which is so related to chronic disease, everything from diabetes to arthritis, from multiple sclerosis to asthma to eczema and psoriasis, these are the self-attacking autoimmune diseases. We didn't know for the individual what was causing the attack, so we had to just non-specifically suppress the immune system. That turned out to be an interesting idea, but bad for the body. We thought it would make more sense to find out for you, Bradley, or for me as an individual, what was burdening our immune system, then substitute that, and then stimulate repair.
So what is the difference between being allergic to something, being sensitive to something, and being hypersensitive to something?
Right. Well, the first point is if you're healthy, you have no allergies.
Right.
Not seasonal allergies, no allergies. Allergies are a sign that your immune system has what we call broken tolerance. A tolerant immune system has no allergies.
So if those that are allergic to gluten, it's not the gluten that's the problem. It's their bodies that are a problem. And if their bodies were fixed, they wouldn't have that allergy.
That's right. There are exceptions to this, but most people are intolerant. That means they have a poor digestion, and remnants of digestion are attacking their immune system. It's complicated, but it's what happens.
Right.
For those people, when we rehabilitate their digestion and detoxification, when we stimulate balance in their immune system, when we get their neurohormones into balance, now they can go back to eating those foods because their health has been promoted to the point where healthy people break foods down to their building blocks. There are not immunoreactive remnants left in the gut of a healthy person. So the only way you can have allergies is to start with maldigestion. It's called the silent epidemic of digestive
How come
disorder.
I'm not familiar with maldigestive? How come?
It's a very good question. I was taught in the dark ages of the 1960s that there was already an epidemic of epidemics of digestive diseases, and this was by Franz
That's
Engelfinger.
what this sounds like. And how come if the 60s that was a long time ago, but not that long ago, but it's not in the public's eye.
Beats me. I'm doing my best. I'm sitting here with you.
Yeah, no, I got it. It really is irritating.
Well, it's frustrating for all of us.
Because it sounds like a real solution.
It is a solution.
Doesn't sound like a Band-Aid.
No, this is not a Band-Aid. This is a solution. And it's a solution whose time has come.
So where we got the allergy now, right? And that includes the sensitivity. Is that all part of the digestion? Hypersensitivity?
Right. Hypersensitivity includes delayed allergies. When we say allergy,
come on, now you're throwing me curves.
Sorry. It turns out there's two kinds of allergies. The kind that people are familiar with are something like this: you take a bite of a strawberry, you get hives or itching, or you drop down in anaphylactic shock. I say the strawberry was the cause, and we can now prove that.
Right.
But delayed, the hypersensitivities are delayed allergies, allergies that occur 2 hours to 2 weeks after you expose yourself to the food or chemical. Wow. In that case, the best personal history will not detect the problem. That's why we developed the blood test that's part of the PERQUE Integrative Health family.
Now, speaking of delayed reactions, when I was a kid, I wasn't allergic to anything.
Good.
And then I started getting seasonal stuff with pollen and this
Yes.
and that, and I started sneezing.
That was
and
the
my eyes
point where
watering.
your immune system was overburdened. Nobody explained that to you, and that's why the seasonal pollen allergies came in.
Really?
Oh, really?
I am so peeved now at this point. Nobody told me this.
I wish someone had told me.
Wow. This is wonderful. His name's Dr. Russell Jaffe, and he's at PERQUE, PERQUE.com.
Thank you.
PERQUE.com, and it's all about integrative health and solutions, right?
Yes, we offer solutions to life's issues.
That's wonderful. So I want to know, you got about a minute and a half here. What would you like to leave these people with, our listeners
Well,
with?
I would like your listeners to know that 92% of your health is choice. It's lifestyle. It is what you eat, drink, think, and do. You can find out today through self-tests and other tests what's really messing your body up. What deficits do you have? What excess of toxins? The good news is we are in a scientific age. You have to find that information from people like me, people in integrative health, people in comprehensive care, people in holistic medicine. And you're welcome to go to our website because we have a referral to physicians, but we also work with people who want to be their own doctor.
Uh-oh, that sounds kind of Frankensteinish, doesn't it?
No, I think today with the internet and other access that has opened up these
They can do the
areas that used to
research.
be only for people
Right.
like me, now if you're an intelligent consumer, you can go out on the internet. You may end up knowing more than your doctor about your condition because you may be more motivated, and I recommend that. I recommend that you bring questions to your doctor, and if the doctor looks back and says that's a good question, or a modified form of I don't know, find someone who knows. Don't ask someone who doesn't know for an answer, however many degrees they have. If they don't know, the answer won't work.
That makes so much sense, doesn't it?
Well, it is in our hands, and it was amazing to me. I have a premature daughter who turned out to not have disabilities. My dad, who was supposed to die before 50, lived till 90. My Rebecca, the mother of my children, had a very fulminant case of Lyme's, recovered without antibiotics.
And this is all because of your participation in their lives through what your
Thank
knowledge
you.
and expertise.
Yes, what I learned from others, I pass on, and I'm happy to do so. And I, in part, did this because I wanted to be healthy in an unhealthy world.
Wow. Now, is there where can they find out more information about you? Is it all on PERQUE?
PERQUE.com. If you're more technical, healthstudiescollegium.org. That's the research foundation that I helped fund and found to get this work out into the scientific community. But I would suggest that, or they can call a toll-free number if it's okay. I'll give that. 1-800-525-7372.
1-800-525-7372.
Thank you.
Okay, listen, now you're coming back here. We're going to hold you hostage. Okay? All
Be a pleasure to come back.
You're wonderful. He's wonderful, isn't he? His name is Dr. Russell Jaffe. Amazing. Again, I'd like to give a great big thanks to Fred Siegel and our friends from around the globe for supporting our charity, the Cool Change Foundation. You too can help the foundation help the mom, dads, and kids in your community, and you can do that right now. So you can send your donation of love and support directly to the foundation at thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org, and we thank you for your participation. I'd like to give a great big thanks to the fabulous Dr. Russell Jaffe, the founder of PERQUE Integrative Health, PERQUE.com. I also like to thank the people who make this show happen. Our fantastic engineers, Rob Gainey, author of Rockin' Your Stage Sound, available in bookstores now, and our fitness expert, Paul Medrano. He'll be back with us tomorrow. Our assistant producers, Taylor Hoskins. The show is produced by Bradley Quick Productions. Has been made possible by Fred Siegel, YouTube, Google, Buzzsprout, the Salvation Army, Universal Studios, Milestones Ranch, Malibu, Tim Allen, Marilyn Toth, and many others, including the Cool Change Foundation. Remember, it's time for Cool Change with the Cool Change Foundation. Now go be aware of what you're eating, man. Remember, it's not what you're eating, it's what's eating you. All right, we'll see you later. All right, take care. See you tomorrow. God, where's the button for this?